Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Um, Hi to everybody that comes through and says hi. Oh no, my voice sounds horrible. I don't know how my voice is going to sound until I start talking because I don't talk to anybody, for like probably 6 or 7 hours before I hop on here. So hopefully it clears up. I hate hearing my voice sound like this. But hi to everybody that joins live. Oh my god, let me drink some water. Ew. Hi, Diane. Hey, Jessie Lynn. You guys, I haven't seen you in a minute. Nice to have you in here. Excuse the gross voice. Hey, Rainbow. I guess forget my intro. Oh, gosh. I can't stand when my voice decides to be. I need to do like warm up something before I get on here. Like just, I don't know what. Talk out loud to myself for like 10, 15 minutes. But it's not even a clear out. I don't know. But today I was scrolling Instagram for a long time. And I was trying to get past all the like whatever everybody feels is going to happen with, like American stuff. The real scary stuff that is just everywhere, no matter if you try to avoid it. You know, if you're on social media, it's just you can't escape it. But I felt like what I was seeing and stuff was more, yeah, there was truth, but there was a lot of fake stuff mixed in there too. And it's just crazy to, try to escape something that's just always in your face. Do you like hot tea? I do, but I can't, because of the amount of pain I'm in, I can't just like get up and put something on the stove and wait till it boils. And, the steps that it takes seems like it's so simple. But for the condition I'm in, it's not. I bought tea when this started. I've only had a cup so far, even though I even got the, disposable cups with the lids for tea or coffee or whatever. I've only had one cup that my sister made me one time. Other than that, I've been wishing for it, but, you know, um, yeah, so my body's too jacked up to even make myself a cup of tea. I hope to have more room, like, be able to move soon and have more room for, like, the pouch you could plug in or whatever. But it sucks. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. It doesn't matter how much I try to clear something. There's nothing there to clear. Wow. I'm probably going to end up. Let me get the chat up. This one's probably coming down for sure. Because yuck. Um.
This one's probably coming down for
Ew,
sure.
and then I gotta hear myself. Ew. No. Yeah, that's what I hope one day to have a bigger room where I could just plug it in. They sell heating elements you just stick in your mug. If you stick in your mug if you have a plug. What do you mean? You're talking about the heating kettle thing? But anyway, I feel like it's clearing up a little bit. If it stays, it's definitely going down. But I'll still continue on because okay. So as I was scrolling through the doom stuff, that just made me feel scared and riddled with anxiety. There was somebody that made a point where they were like, people that have a lot of friends are fake because when you're your true self, you're really not going to be surrounded by a whole bunch of people. And I'm like, that makes a lot of damn sense because I've never seen someone that's had a lot of friends that seemed like they were genuine. It seemed like they had to, bend to what each individual like saw and, change their personalities in ways like they weren't just one person all the time. They were various people because they're trying to, be liked by so many. So they have to adapt and change and, sort of like I said, bend to those people how they are. And no, it's smaller than a kettle. It's just a portable heating element. Oh, I gotta see. I'm gonna find it if it's not too expensive. But so yeah, it's usually the people they have smaller groups that I feel like are honest type people, but the people that have to try to be liked by many or are so-called liked by many and have a lot of friends are fake. I mean, I'm like that's really really seems like how it is. The true genuine people don't have, like I said, a huge crowd around them liking them. Which should be the opposite way, but it's not. And so then it's like I've never had to be liked in my life. I've had, I used to, and like I said, I used to mask a lot of stuff. I wouldn't pretend I was something around somebody, but I would take away who I was, not pretending to be what they liked, but taking away who I was so that I could be liked. So that's sort of different. I took, but still I had to mask who I was and stuff. And then it wasn't until I started actually saying, "Hey, I'm really this way," that people were like, "Oh, she's gonna have an opinion. She's gonna speak up." "Oh, I'm not gonna fuck with her." And I'm like, "Well, you've been speaking up and having an opinion the whole fucking time. So then now that I speak up and I have a voice, then you're not gonna fuck with me." And I'm like, "Well, I'm fine with that shit too because I'm not gonna. Once I found my voice, I'm not gonna let anybody diminish that. Just not." So um, I was just like I don't know, that just like hit my heart a little bit because it's like you should have people that enjoy you for who you are, and you shouldn't have to. There shouldn't be people liked, by a crowd if they're just a phony ass person. I can't stand phony people. Um, Rainbow, I have a pink one that's next to my bed that warms my hot chocolate and tea from Amazon. I think I'm sort of, now that you guys are saying it, I think I've seen them a little. I just didn't understand what they were, like how they worked or anything. So it's just a plug-in mug. I am who I am. You can take me or leave me. I'm not changing for anybody. It took me, like I said, to age and to get sick as fuck to start saying that. I had to, like I said, take away so much of myself to be around people. And then it was just like, and then like I said, I wasn't an asshole or nothing. I could see everybody's perspective. I'm a person that could see everybody's perspective. And even if I don't agree with, if we're talking about something and we don't agree on the same things, that's not going to make me stop talking to you. You know, unless it's something like I said, crime or something like that. But if you have an opinion about something and I have a different opinion, I'm not going to stop talking to you or stop being your friend. So, so why would somebody do that to me? So just, I don't know. So yeah, that's when I hear things like that, I'm like, it reminds me to stay on track, sort of with this and everything. Like, don't lose your voice. Don't feel like if I hit a little bump in the road and not figuring out what I'm gonna do, or feel like I trusted someone that I really couldn't, that I really shouldn't, just stuff like those things. They sort of make me want to stop because I'm like, well, I don't want to feel negative about this channel. I don't want it to affect my health. Um, but then it's like me stopping is like saying, okay, I hit this little bump. I don't know where I am, and I'm just gonna close myself down because I feel like, it went in a direction I didn't want it to go for a little bit, and I'm like, well, that's sort of normal for everything and everybody. So that's why I'm like pushing even more. The more I want to stop this, the harder I make myself do it. And it could lead to me just feeling like, oh shit, I failed eventually, or it could lead to something better than that. I don't want it to lead to the failure. You know, um, it could lead to me like finding some of my people. That's what I feel like. Because they were not your true friend. Yes, exactly. Yes, Diane. I know it. It took me a long, long time to figure that out. And like I said, I had to let go a 20-something year relationship, a 30-year relationship. So those were things that were very hard, to let go. So I had only a little amount of so-called friends in the first place, and even letting that go, and then it's like you got to start over, and you know, and hopefully, you'll eventually find friends again. But yeah, I had to let everybody go during that process. But yeah, I could never, I will never, I don't care how I can't be fake. Um, it's just not in me. Like I said, I mean, it's withholding some of my stuff. That could be seen as fake, I guess, in a way too. But it's not withholding like something. I don't know, like withholding, I guess, my opinions and stuff that I used to do. Not and withholding like I don't know how to explain it. That's understandable, but you deserve true friends, not fake people. Yeah, because everybody that I was around, uh, the majority of my life always had a whole bunch of people. They always were liked. They all, so I always felt like, well, why am I not like this? Because I'm not pretending I'm everybody's everybody, if you could put that. I'm not bending and trying to pretend I could do so much for somebody. It's just not my reality. I can't do that. I don't have energy to do that. I don't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be fake to have people. So if this ends up where, like I said, this stays as small as it is, it will stay as small as it is. Um, if I lose people along the way, I lose people along the way. Um, does it bother me to a certain extent? Yes, but I can't. I know in this situation, I didn't do anything wrong. So, and I just felt like, but I, like, just, how we always mention the YouTube streets, and it's like, oh, I had, I'm falling out of where I was because I don't comment much at all and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I just have to be okay with that and stop thinking people think I'm gone like for a negative reason or anything. Always speak your mind. Yeah. I was abused my whole life, so I learned from a young age to be a being. I don't trust very many people. Yeah, I get that, Diana. That's how I was too, but it took me a long time to. I mean, and I'm not. That's not true. Like at 28, I really wasn't around anybody. Like I had moved, and I did the where I moved. I didn't make friends where I moved. So that was at 28. But then I had like I had the people that I knew from other places visit, like I said, a weekend or whatever through the years. And then I just stopped all that 7 years ago. I was just like, I'm done with all that. So they weren't around me very often at all. Like once every 4 years or once every 6 years. But that was even too much to give a phony ass person. Daily scripture for daily peace. God bless all of y'all and pray for everyone is at peace. Thank you. I'm just gonna say faithful. Uh, but yeah, what do you? So you guys are opinions all are. You don't really have to be liked, right? You rather just be your true, genuine self. And um, I just wish everybody enjoyed somebody's like honesty. That they could be honest and stuff. That you don't have to try to adapt to everybody. Be yourself as you have been all these years. Yeah, yeah, I didn't break away from the negative in my life to become anybody phony, for sure. And I'm not going to. I don't know what would make me act anything other than what I am, regardless if people misunderstand it or anything. Um, okay. I gotta remind myself I'm the person that has to hide the idiots that need glasses, because clearly I don't look like a male. Um, be your authentic self. Just I was thinking it was verses are faithful. Yes, I'm a male. Come on. I could be a male for you if you want me to. There are parts I could buy. That's probably what you want. But, as I was saying, I could never go back. Like I said, I wasn't ever phony as in like faking to be something I couldn't. You know how much I cringe at people pretending like there's something else I can't do. So I've never been like that. I just, like I said, withheld a lot of my stuff, a lot of my personality, I guess. But yeah, I would never. I didn't work so hard to be here, and just worked so hard to be here every day to ever withhold or fake who I was. So sorry, not sorry. I can't do it. Why are more of the stupid people saying I'm a male, like I look like a male? What kind of men are they around? You must be. I don't know. I haven't seen a male that looks like me, so. I guess it's supposed to be just an instant insult or something. But that type of stuff doesn't work on me. Jesse, you sure spelled appendages. Oh, appendages. And wouldn't have known if it wasn't for spelled. Oh, is it spelled? I'm looking at the difference. Was it appendages? I thought it was the other word. Jesse, sure you spelled. I speak the truth even when it hurts, but I would rather be honest, and some people can't handle that. But oh well, I mean, yeah. I lived here in Idaho for 7 years and don't know one person. And I just stayed to myself. Yeah, that's how I am where I am. And I've been here for 20 years, so I don't like that. I moved to get away from people. That's what I've always done. Anywhere I moved, it was to get away from somebody. So when you start fresh, I learned this time I'm not. I tried to make friends, but I did not. When I was trying to make friends, in the process of trying to make them, I didn't give them more than a couple of weeks. If shit just was so opposite, I'm not gonna bend just to have somebody around. I just was like, fuck it. I leave it alone way sooner. I'm not gonna pretend like that I like somebody if I don't like them. Um, my phone spelled it for me. Did you spell it wrong? You know what my phone does to me now? I swear the phone sometimes. Now, since I've been talking about how, whatever, I have the problem with my words. Like I said, I was never tested for anything, so I can't say I officially had something because teachers never gave a fuck what my difficulties were to have me tested. And even if they suggested it, I don't know if my parents would have me tested. So who knows? A teacher might have went to my parents and said, "Hey, there's something wrong with your kid. She needs to be tested." But my parents were like, they didn't do that type of stuff. That could have happened. But anyway, with my phone, when I'm texting, it takes out some fucking words because I always look at my text messages, and then every time I come back, the words are gone. I'm like, bitch, so it's trying to make me look like I'm, you know, it makes just taking out words that are so important. And I clearly see the words are there. And I'm like, and every time I do it now, I'm like, the word is there. Now watch, when you finish your thing, you're going to go and look at it again. The word is not there. So I don't know why my phone tries to make me out to be like I don't know how to write my text messages. Taking out actual words. Does that happen to you guys? I feel like this phone especially be trying to set me up. I know some of the slang words I have it changes to stupid words, but to take the words completely out, I've never had to deal with that before. Oh my God, when I do speech to text, man, it's that funny as fuck. I wouldn't even do that. I know, I know I would be played doing that. Really played because when I listen to myself back on these, I'm like, oh my gosh, how some words sound. I'm like, that is horrible. So I could imagine how speech to text would play my ass. I think some words like I said, when I got my tonsils removed, my speech really went left. Like it was horrible. Um, and I went back to the doctor, and I'm like, I can't say words that I used to be able to say. And he just said, "Oh, well, I didn't know your tongue was so big. Like that made any difference." Doctors are assholes. But anyway, I was supposed to go to speech therapy, and I'm like, I'm not going to speech therapy at this age. I sort of wish I would have, because it did change the way some words are said. And I can't help that. I don't have my tonsils anymore. It's not like I could put them back in. But my tonsils were huge. They were abnormally huge. So every time I even got a little slight sore throat, it's like I couldn't breathe. That's because it didn't take much for them to be cut off my breathing because they were so big. Um, so I guess that in combination, made me words sound a little bit weird. I never pay attention to what exact words. I just sort of could feel when it happens. And I'm like, well, I'm just not going to say that word. And I don't know how speech therapy would have helped that anyway. But yeah, some of my words sound kind of weird. That's odd. I never noticed it takes me forever to text. I'd rather talk on the phone. Yeah. Well, you're one of the odd ones out there. I'd rather talk on the phone too. But I know most people like texting better. And I don't, because it's like I don't want you to get the word. I don't want you to misinterpret if I'm saying something and you can't hear I'm saying it because I'm texting it. I rather, or if there's a problem with something I said, I'd rather discuss it like while you're on the phone, like, hey, did you mean this? And it's like, well, either I did or I didn't. Give me the chance to, say I did or I didn't through texting. People just get mad all the time because it's left up to the person's interpretation who's reading the words. Yeah, out of context. And there's too much of that happening. Too much that people, I swear, they end their friendships and relationships instead of picking up the phone and saying, hey, did you mean this way? Like, really? Uh, trying to figure out. Wait, let me see. But people are way too sensitive. Did you guys, I don't know if you guys have been, um, seeing the thing where they're talking about the doomsday plane or whatever. Do you guys even know what that is? I don't know what that is. They're saying that that's flew out or whatever. I'm scared to even Google it. Do you guys know what that is? And if it really did happen? I'm super tongue-tied. First language was Italian. Switched to English and talked too fast so my words slur. And my seizures didn't help, so speech therapy since kindergarten until 12th grade. Then I quit. Yeah, I had speech therapy. I didn't go to kindergarten, but from first to I think around fifth or sixth grade. And then I just think nobody cared past that point. I stay away from the news. It gives me anxiety. I'm not even watching the news. It's Instagram that's doing this, and I'm like, what are there things that I don't know? And then it's like you need to be aware of some things. Like, no, I haven't heard of it, but now I might Google it. Google it and see. I never heard of it. I'm like, what is going on? Because if I know if I Google it, it's going to take me I'm gonna be like, oh, what is this and what is that? I don't want to do it. I don't want to know certain things, but it's like you do have to be aware um if we're really like something nuclear is going to happen. You sort of want to, you got to be aware of that. I haven't heard anything on this. Oh, that's all my thing was today. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is happening? All I did was want to see some laughs or something. And it was the worst scrolling day I ever had. So I'm like, if almost everything I watched was about that, is it happening? Am I just, because I'm not listening to the news, I won't know? There's certain things I'm like, there's a few certain things I want to look up, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, I ain't Googling nothing. Oh, you rainbow. Where the heck Sweetums will be need her? Sweetums will be doing this. She would already been Googled it before I asked. But I understand, Jesse. I get it because I didn't do it afterwards either. Because like I said, I'll know I'll go. It will send me down a rabbit hole, and I've been trying to keep away from spiraling down those because I mean they would go bad. Like I said before, my older sister passed away. I would call her tripping about all this stuff, and she'd be like, "Don't stop reading now," and that would get me to stop doing it. So I don't have that type of support anymore. So I try not to spiral. And it's hard when, like I said, everything. I swear I was scrolling for probably 2 hours today. And the majority of it was about those things. The plane is equipped to serve as an airborne operations center. Oh, the President, the Defense Secretary, and the Joint Chiefs. In the event of disaster that wipes out command center out, on land. Isn't that nice? They got a lovely plane. Yeah, so well, isn't that special? So I don't think that happened. I think somebody was just they're just trying to start a little paranoia. See, once I start reading, I can't stop. Then I'm calling my therapist, so I don't look anymore. Yeah, like I said, for the majority, I try to avoid it, but when it gets in the rails, it's like piques my interest a little bit. And then, like when I check my Yahoo, obviously Yahoo News is what you first get, so those headlines I get, as if that can't be. Good point. As if that can't be blown out of the sky. Good point. Yeah. It's not. Uh, but some things that's going on, I don't see how it ends any other way. Does it? Does it really? Do people really come to terms and agree so that things won't happen? Is that what's going to happen this time? You could pray for it to happen but realistically, look at the rulers, look at the cockiness. I wouldn't want to be in a bunker. If the whole world's going out, I want to go out with it. I don't want to be the few people remaining that have to start off with destroyed. You already can't garden things and stuff now with the soil we have. Imagine if something went, you know, nuclear or just bombed up and stuff, there's not going to be anything to start off with. And then you got to start off with whoever else has a bunker. Oh gosh. I could only imagine. No, thank you. I don't want to start off in the earth again that's already fucked up, gets fucked up even more. Scary times. Like I said, you could really only hope for peace and that they just get it together. Because regardless of if whatever country gets taken out, you're still taken out. Every country plays an important part. So if you take out one, you're taking out a resource of your that you're not going to have anymore. No matter who does who what. John wanted so bad. I said no. He said I regret that when the world ends. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I thought that like that before, but I'm like, no, look what you have to rebuild. You're not going to really be able to rebuild. So then when you see that you're not going to be able to rebuild, then you really are saying, well, I have this amount of time. Whatever your food supply is, basically. And just like, no, thank you. I'll go with the rest. That's how I feel. I wouldn't want to say, yeah, no. Nope. It's crazy how you have to live off of somebody else's decisions when it comes to those things. The people with the money making the decisions. And that really sucks. Needs to be the other way around. It needs to be the masses making the decisions, not just the people with the money. And then I find I have to dissociate to a certain point while I'm live because after I'm done, I'm like, oh, that sucked. I'm never doing that again. And then I get, people think we're laughing and stuff. And I know there's some cases where we're really laughing and I remember those things. But I'm like, is every live really like funny? I don't know. I'm always like, what are you doing? When my time comes, I can't wait to see my. I always forget if I say that right or Nano. I think one day to bring it on crazy. So bring it on Crazy World. Yeah. Yeah. Is it Nano? No, it gotta be so. It's it can't. I know it's not. No, no, no. But is that how you pronounce it? Nano? And that's your grammar, right? I'm assuming. Sounds like new, none new, none new. Oh, okay. Grandmas, I think, have like the most names that they'd be called. So many of them. Oh, grandfather. Okay. I'm going to forget that because I think you told me that already. So, so the difference was, so it would be nana or nana, nana, nana. Okay. I know. I think you mentioned the grandfather before, but I'm telling you, I can't remember anything. I'm gonna be like, so if I'm like that next time you mention it, believe me, it's just because I cannot remember shit. The older I get, my brain really doesn't retain anything. And I think because I am under survival mode all the time, every day, I don't know how it feels to not be in survival mode anymore. I wish I knew, but I haven't felt that way in, like I said, about 7 years. So that takes away your freaking memory and stuff. I would love to see how my brain scan was for, how they could read for most, basically everything. I would love a brain scan. Just tell me all the things my brain has. Even though I really wouldn't want to see the outcome of it, but I really do want to see. Italians say the nanu, nana, or nana. Yeah, I don't know. From just my family, it just is grandma, grandpa, or whatever. But I don't want to be called grandma. Even though I always say to the baby, I'm like, grandma, come to grandma. But I gotta try to stick to like Nana or something. And I want it to be different from his other grandma. Don't call us the same thing. So I think hers is like Mimi or something. But I don't, it's weird too. It's like, I don't know I don't talk to her or anything. So I'm always, because I'm just not a people person. I don't like, well, that she didn't either. Like, we never reached out to know each other or anything like that. So like, I think it's kind of weird in a way, but that's the way I want it. Like, because I don't talk to anybody. Just as long as we're not both called the same name, I'll be fine. But I'm not going to go to the baby. Don't call me the same name you call her. I just hope it works out that way. But yeah, as I was saying on the dissociation thing, I must, to a certain point, a big chunk of time that I just don't remember. Before the I was all for the full body scan to know everything. Now I'm scared of all the scans. If I can't see it, I don't want to know. Yeah, I don't think I would do the full body. I don't want the full body scan. No, thank you. Just for me, how my brain has always worked, I know that there would be a lot on there, and I just would want to know. Because, like I said, there's still a part of me that's like, oh, you're not really like this. You're just being phony. It's like, I wish that was that. I wish that was the case. But to literally spend your life avoiding people and stuff, um, and just all the challenges I've had, like I said, I would like to see why, and that's the concrete evidence. You know, it just would. I think that would be interesting to me, but not a body scan. No, thank you. If things are going to go down in the body and they look like they're going to go down, they could just. I'll just be surprised. I don't want to know. That's why I never get like. I know, and it's bad. People are like, you need to get your heart. No, I never get heart testing done. Because there's um so much things like we don't have good hearts, in our family and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if I find out there's a problem with my heart, that's going to give me more of a reason to panic, and that's going to make my heart worse. So I'm not going to do that shit. Rainbow, yes, similar for the names. Yeah, so Some things I'll be like, well, I just want, if it happens, it happens. I'll face it then. Because if I know something's about to happen, I'll bring it to that point with my worrying about it. You know what I mean? If I'm worried about my heart, believe me, it's gonna make it worse. We just have too much crap in my family. But I wonder if I doubt they even make the brain scans available. I think they have to get um, more widely known for them to start, for insurance to at least start paying for certain things. I'm forced to get those tests done, and I hate it. Say my family's heart problems, and see, oh, it's expensive. Yeah, you're forced to get the body scan stuff done. That's messed up. I made a cup of coffee. I wish I could make them a cup of tea. Like my creamer's gonna expire before I use it. I should have really got powdered creamer instead of one you put in the dang refrigerator. I'm trying to think of something that's not scary to talk about because we were talking about scary stuff. But yeah, constant scans till 5 year mark, then months a year. But you have to though. Like if you truly didn't want to, they would still like force you to do it. I don't go to the doctor until I'm absolutely incapacitated. Yeah. Well, for me, that's what it pretty much takes though, because of all my illnesses. Um, and then even when it gets to that point, it's like, well, there's nothing we could do, and I'm like, well, thank you for the no help, the uselessness. I quit coffee and pop, and you're drinking coffee, girl. Hand me some, please. I couldn't drink. I couldn't quit soda. Like I quit the one that I loved the best, which was Pepsi, and switched to ginger ale. But I need the carbonation, and carbonated water is disgusting. So and so is I don't like diet stuff that tastes disgusting. I don't know how anybody could do it. The fake anything with fake sugar, I can't do that. Fake sugar taste is so strong. So the least amount is a ginger ale that doesn't have as much sugar and stuff. It still has almost as much, but at least it's a little less. Jesse Ice cappuccino, and I was never a coffee person. Yeah, if I don't, they will drop me as a patient because yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They'd probably drop you, but finding new doctors obviously harder. Yeah, that's the thing. I most all my specialty care doctors I don't have anymore because I just couldn't keep on going in there and trying so much medicine. I had to give myself a point where I just had to stop. I'm like if I just did, and that was like a year ago. And the fucked up thing is that some of the medication that was taking, I'm like, oh, when this stops, I'm gonna feel so jacked up. Why did it feel the fucking same? So it felt the same. So it was apps doing nothing for me, like I thought. I just assumed, oh, I feel the same type of fucking pain, um, on or off those damn medications. So I might as well be off them. So I wasn't gonna go in, and like I said, they won't go to the ones that are more like through IV or dosages through needles because, like I said, they say MS is gonna pop up in that, so I'm treated like I have MS, so I can't have certain medications. Those are the ones that probably will work for me. So what's the use of going in there? It just didn't make any sense. So I'm just down to my primary now. Eventually, I know I have to start all that crap over again. But I don't know when I'm going to feel up to it. I swear when I fall asleep, like when I take my naps, that should be me staying asleep all night, which doesn't happen. There's always something that falls behind me that I never find on the floor. It just makes enough noise to wake me up, and there's nothing ever there. I don't understand that. It just started like a week ago. I'm on 6 pills a day, and I refuse to take any more. I quit all the others. The side effects weren't worth it. And my poor organs. Yeah, that's how I feel. And I take more than that now. So, yeah, I'm done. I really don't want to take any other one. And I hope to one day lessen what I'm on more and more. It's not like I want to be like, oh, I want to be on this forever. No. But I sure enough don't want to take any more. But for the arthritis to slow down, it's like they're going to have to eventually, you know, although maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just feel like I get to keep on taking pills. But I took like probably, I think 6 or 7 different pills for arthritis and none of them helped. And it was much worse. I just was sick all the time, not wanting to eat, my hair really falling out. Um, my hair thins now like it's always a bunch when I comb it, but when I'm on certain medicines, like everything was coming out, my eyebrows, everything. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. And then the one medicine, which is methotrexate, that does all that. You're supposed to stay on that while you're taking other medications, and it's like, it's horrible. That medicine is truly, truly horrible. The side effects it has and stuff, oh my gosh, I won't get on that again. So if the other medicine needs that to work, well, then I guess nothing's going to be working. But yeah, it's definitely sick. I'm sick of being sick, but nothing's going to change that. Exactly the 6 I'm on, I'll be on for life, but the other, well, 14 I dropped and said, screw that. Yeah, I understand. That's a lot. And I remember when I saw one of the toxic people the last time, they saw how much medicine I was taking or whatever, and they said, stay on your meds, like before I was some like insane person or whatever. I'm like, bitch, none of this is for mental stuff like you think. So telling me to stay on my meds, but you're just telling me that I'm improved as a person just because I don't fuck with you no more. Stay on my is more like, no, don't fuck with you anymore, and I feel better. It not stay on my meds. It was like, you're the bitch, you're the problem. You know, you're the one that suppressed my shit. That was such an insult when I heard stay on your meds. Like, bitch, you need to get on some meds. Like, go fuck yourself. Yeah, that had to be brutal. Have you tried CBD? I know I never tried a pure form of CBD. I used to have CBD with it was like in pen form. And then when I read the ingredients, it was like CBD, I think like 10% or something. And then like 90% fucking vegetable oil of all things. Vegetable oil? I couldn't believe that I was freaking puffing on some vegetable oil. Who the fuck thinks of that? I feel like I'm sure, I don't know if it was just a CBD, but I did feel much calmer with that. But, it's like I'm not gonna puff on fucking. And then for it to be so expensive for some damn vegetable oil, no thank you. I had tried, and then I tried like CBD gummies and stuff like that. I didn't, I didn't feel no change. It was just the pen types thing that helped. That's all those vapes pens are is oil, yeah. Well, I didn't know. The um there's some that aren't like that. Like the regular uh some of the regular like pens, the bud, pens or whatever, they don't have I don't see any ingredients like vegetable oil. Some of them have fucking what's it called in it? Formaldehyde. Come on. That's crazy. The one that was the purest, it wasn't just CBD, of course, it was THC and stuff. That junk cost like $60 for a little bit of it, but that was like the best thing, but that was the more pure one. Um, but yeah, the ones that don't have all that crap in it cost a lot of money. I want to get the card for the gummies, but I'm too scared to throw up if something weird happens, so I didn't apply. Oh, yours is just medical where you live. Here it's medical and recreational, but every time a shop come opens, they get shut down so quick because there's something that's still not legal for the shops or whatever, so it sucks. But yeah, I'm not ready for no formaldehyde. That's what a lot of them have in it, yet I'm still working with the preservatives in my food. Really? When I heard that, I was like, heck no, I'm gotta make sure when I get them that they don't have that stuff. And like I said, the ones that really don't cost so much money for a little tiny bit. And I think like the one I got only lasted, did it last even, I think it lasted a month. It probably would have lasted somebody that smoked a lot, probably a week, but I don't smoke a lot. I have to have a card where I am. Oh, okay. Can't go to shop without the card. So that's only like medical, right? Yeah. But then I don't know. They're saying that people get popcorn lungs now if they use any type of, I don't know if they mean any type of um pen or whatever, because I don't know if they just mean like the vape pens that people use all over the place, or it's just all in general. because I stopped using the pens because of that. It's too confusing when you read up on that stuff. I'm sure it's the popcorn for people that be puffing the vapes every 2 seconds. Gosh. How could you do that? Like puff on something every 2 seconds throughout the day and think that that's not worse than smoking cigarettes? It just needs to be everywhere recreational, and they need to stop trying to put um, rules on that. They've probably gotten better now that it's legal in some places. Yeah. New York State, there's still every time, like I said, the shops are set up the stupid, um, what is it? Governor always is shutting them down, though. The cough when people do that drives me insane, yeah. Oh my gosh, vape, like I said, vaping, like even the vapes, I don't vape, nicotine or whatever, but, when the vape for, bud or whatever, that junk, when you forget, like when I first start using them again, I feel like I almost die from the first puff I take because it's too strong. You really have to not be trying to breathe that all in there. So when people really take long hits and stuff, I'm like, you're really ruining your lungs for the long term. You're not gonna have shit left. I'll do little baby puffs. I don't play that. But that helps with my anxiety a lot. I hate not having that as a choice. But that shit's expensive. None of it has really helped me with sleep, though. I wish that would happen. And when I see the older people, they'll be smoking when they do the smoking blunts, smoking bongs, all those hits in one, and they're all old. I'm like, you're probably shortening your life a few years, and that's all you got left. 'Cause I remember there was this one old grandma lady. She had to be in her 70s or 80s, and she used to be hitting like five things, one after the other. I don't see how she could do it. My lungs were never like that. I can't do a bong. I can't do none of that. It's always too strong. Also, the medical gummies and vapes help with pain, but I don't know how true that is. And pain too, a little bit. The gummies. Like I said, I don't know if the medical gummies are. They would be the same form as just regular the gummies in the stores. They've never worked for me. Never. There's no difference in anything. But the vape, I think because it calms down my anxiety some, the anxiety calming, um, it helps some of the pain. But that's what I'll just might end up getting here and there. I'm definitely not paying that once a month, though. That's too much damn money. My docs wanted me to do that. I was like, no, thanks. I'll deal with the pain. I'm too stubborn. If something works like that, you should at least try it. You're only trying it once. I don't think it's gonna have. I don't think you're gonna have such a. I mean, you're either gonna feel something or not. I don't think it's gonna be an intense thing. You're not trying to, eat the whole bag of gummies at once. I know it feels like I'm dying over here, and I'm not. I'm so mad. I'm so mad that my voice is doing this shit. But just introduce yourself to you. But what if you puke? You're not gonna take the whole thing. The gummies are like you have a one gummy. That's not gonna do nothing. Believe me, it's not. You're not gonna eat like 5 or 6 of them. Just start off with one. You'll see they're very they're not potent. Did you ever like smoke in your lifetime? What do you mean don't chew or oh don't chew, just swallow? Really? Is that why I'm not feeling anything? Because I'm chewing it? Don't chew, just swallow. I never heard of that. I wasted so much gummies chewing them and not feeling anything. That's why I didn't. Well, like I said, you're not. You can start off with one. Wait like an hour, and if you don't feel nothing, take another one. I'm guarantee you, as long as you're doing it that way, you're not gonna feel a reaction you can't handle. No, she doesn't get the taste. Back when I was a teen, I giggled and ate a lot, but felt nothing. Well, that is feeling something. That is what you're supposed to. That's the feeling you get from it. Like you said, but felt nothing. That's the point. That's the whole point of it, Jesse. Edibles are supposed to work faster because it gets you to your liver faster. Oh, I can't believe she said I giggled and ate a lot. uh, that's the point. It lightens your spirit, like and if anything's gonna lighten your spirit, it's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna make you feel better. Um, I thought you were supposed to feel you were floating. I mean, I the first time did that, like I said, I was thinking I was 16 or whatever. I felt like I don't think I felt a flowing feeling, but I felt like if I just wanted to fly, but of course I couldn't. But that was like my first time. Other than that, no, you get the giggling. You could just that's what we did. We used to go around town, make jokes, with people, not where they could hear it, but make jokes and just laugh our butt off. That's the whole. Just having everything's lightened for you, so that's what helps with pain and everything. I've tried other things in my teens, and it made me feel things, but smoking that I didn't. Yeah, I don't think the floating relates to weed, at least not for a lot of people. It's mainly the giggles. You just feel better. Things don't feel as heavy emotionally. So of course that's going to work for your body to help you feel better. Depends on the strain. I have not yet had one damn strain that made me feel like I was floating. And I think I've tried all of them. Now, if you're talking about you've got to do an intense amount, I'm not going to do that to myself. I could reach a certain level and it doesn't go any higher for me. Like I said, I'm not going to do Like intense, like dabs and all that stuff. No way. Um, well, that's why I said start off slowly. If you're just trying gummies, um, just do the low dosage ones and work your way up to where you feel comfortable. But you're not going to have a scary reaction to a low dose gummy. So Rainbow, you felt like you were floating before on it? Maybe I have to try it again. But gummies only since yeah, do the gummies. But I would think if you swallowed them, you wouldn't get the effect as much as if you chewed them, because it would take more time to for your system to break it down if it's whole. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. So no floating. What about both of them together? Imagine us all on live during that. Now that would make us, yeah. We should plan it. Those that partake, we should be like, okay, tonight we're gonna do it. I'm sure you guys have seen me after I'm trying to think if I did any live I'm sure I've been on live or I don't think since I've been doing the not the what's it called? Not the voice ones, but when I was live showing myself, I'm sure there's been times where I smoked before that. There's a lot of hybrids now, yeah. I like the hybrids better, but um like I said, taking all the crap out of it now, like you're just gonna be paying some money. And then stay away from like the pre-rolls that have like they have pre-rolls that they spray stuff on and all that stuff. You gotta stay away from a lot of stuff now because they're adding more stuff to weed shops. Like they're putting more different ingredients and crap on it. Um, both together. Oh geez, we were gonna see aliens. All right. Be right back. All right, Rainbow. I like them together. I think, like I said, I don't ever do high dosage of anything. I don't ever sit there and smoke all day or anything like that. Um, so mine is just to feel a little bit mellow. Just because, like, especially with music, if music kills you, um, I usually smoke a little bit and then listen to music with my headphones on. That's like the best therapy, for me because I can feel the music so much more. So it's just like that. It's not an intense. Um, I think my system is so suppressed now that even if I tried to, which I wouldn't do, I wouldn't be a person that could smoke all day. But I have smoked like an amount that should have made me feel more. But I just think my system is just so suppressed with all the shit, so I don't even waste my time anymore. I just do a few puffs and that's it. And that's like maybe once or twice a week if I do. I've gone longer without like smoking anything. So definitely try the gummies. don't judge. I got family and friends that do it a lot, like a lot. Oh, me too. That's why I said. That's why I said I know I don't do it hardly any. But my dad, like he smoked it like it was crack. I'm telling you, that's how we never got. We had to move a million times and everything because his money went to alcohol and weed. You know, so we didn't have shit growing up. And then I've had family. I still have family members that smoke like that. I've never. I think that's why I've never been that type of person because of how addiction is in my family. I've always made sure to limit myself on everything after like when I started drinking alcohol, it took me 2 years. I was alcoholic for 2 years, you know. But after that I'm like, okay, I know I have to limit myself on a lot of shit. Like addiction runs in the family, believe me. Everybody know most addicts I mean, most people that are have addicts in their family know addiction runs in their family and it can happen to you as easily as it happened to them. So I've always been very careful. Yeah, get you some gummies. The chocolate's more potent for sure. For me, I wouldn't do the chocolate again. Um, the chocolate for me, the chocolate for me helped the most with pain, but it set my heart racing it when it stopped. So I wouldn't do the chocolate again. But the gummies are definitely less potent. You have to sort of take more if you want to feel more and stuff like that. I mean, they have that now. They have don't they have like cookies and like Cheetos and all that stuff infused with it. I don't think. I mean, that's what places that had it around for a while, legal. But I've seen it, a lot of stuff. I'm like, dang, they're doing everything. They got patches in California, just a whole bunch of stuff, like a weed patch that you just put on yourself. And they even started infusing mushrooms and everything in California. I want to try to mushroom infuse something. I'm really scared with that. I want it. I want it. Uh, but there's more. What do they do now for depression and stuff? The infusion they have. That's a psychedelic infusion. What is it called? I don't know, but they have now through most insurances, and I'm like, I would never do that. You're literally going in there, basically getting high and going home, and that's insurance is paying for it. That's not going to be a lifelong thing. So you're going to get addicted to something that you're not going to be able to have for the rest of your life. That is stupid. And it's literally changing your personality and everything. Like, no. I can't take anything that makes my heart race. No, yeah, my heart races anyway, so yeah. Like crazy, so I'll stick to gummies. But yeah, I did see my friend have cookies. She tried to trick me. But I was quick. But that is wrong if people trick you to do that. That's not good because that, like I said, those reactions you'll never know. I know mushrooms mess you up hardcore for hours and hours. See, I don't want that reaction. I would just like a little. That's why I said I don't want to know high dose or whatever. I've never like I think I tried it once and it wasn't even. It didn't do nothing to me. So because I didn't have enough, I guess, and I'm like, well, I'm not trying too much there. So I didn't really try it after that. But if something's infused with it, I probably would give that a chance. But yeah, I don't want anything lasting for hours and hours. No way. They have oxygen bars infused with it now, and you just need a doc note. Really? Probably not here. I don't know. Oxygen bars infused with mushroom? I don't think anything's legal here with the mushroom. Yeah. Besides whatever that thing infusion, I forgot what it's called. But that's not the mushroom. That's what's the oh, with weed. What's the thing you put on your tongue? I never tried it. Um what is that called? That people put on their tongue and I guess it melts. Oh no, it doesn't melt. Uh oh, this is just view held. Okay. Oh, this was held. Okay, I'm back. All this talk gave me munchies. Just kidding. I took some chicken. It says, oh, you took some chicken tenders out of the freezer. That's why it hit. I'm like, why is it? Is it ecstasy? No, it's something else. Wasn't it called? It's something else where they used to put it. It used to be in raves. I know ecstasy used to be in raves too. But it's the thing that's on paper. What is it called? Whatever. The one that makes you. Yeah, but it's acid, but there's some more technical name for it. Whatever that is, they put in infusion now for depression. And I'm like, that is intense to give people because like I said, you're literally getting them high and they're going home and you're forming a habit. Acid from what I remember, you made out with the hottie. I never did it because first of all, I just wanted, but people were saying you have to stay up for 24 hours because you trip out for 24 hours. No, thank you. That does not sound like fun. I'll stick with the natural stuff exactly. But like I said, you gotta watch out in shops and stuff because now they have a lot of stuff added on. Like I had added a, I had a pre-rolled one not too long ago, and it had like it was sticky on the outside, and they sprayed it with some stuff, and I was like, is this all weed? Just different forms, but I learned that it was other chemicals and stuff. I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that shit. And it didn't say it on the packaging either, so I don't know. I hide it until it wears off and wonder about light gloves. I know life decisions. That's like the what do they call them? The drunk goggles. Oh my gosh. The drunk goggles are so real. I remember when I used to be and then when you meet people in clubs it's all dark and stuff. I used to really think when I left clubs that I had somebody that like that's gonna be my man, whatever. Then I go and see them a few days later. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, and how do I get out of this? Oh my gosh, that used to be so real for me. In one of my teens, I was like, oh my fucking god, what was I thinking? Yeah, I've always been scared to try a lot of stuff just because I just was scared, and I'm glad I was scared. Because there was always a lot of stuff around me, and people always trying to get me to do it. And I'm like, no, thank you. And I always get teased and stuff. Oh, I get teased for not doing all the shit you guys are doing. I'll take the teasing. Because look what happened to all of them, unfortunately. Nobody got their life straightened out, and most of them passed away. So I'll be the goody two shoes. I don't know. I rebelled because my mom was so strict, but now as a mom, I understand why. Yeah, that's how I started mine. Where I told you I saw my younger sister being able to do anything she wanted to do, and she's 4 years younger than me, so she was 12 doing all that stuff, drinking, smoking, you know. So once I hit 16, I'm like, oh, every single person could do whatever the hell they want to do, and even having a twin could do whatever he wants to do. My sister was just a year older, got to do whatever she wanted to do. But I was the one that was under all the stuff that I just never understood that. So once I was 16, I'm like, fuck this shit. And I hit the streets, hit it hardcore, but mine was drinking, like I said, a lot of alcohol and smoking, but the smoking wasn't like, that was controllable. The drinking was not. Like I would drink the stuff, like I didn't have money. I was only 16, but I ran with people that did a lot of stuff for that money to get the alcohol we needed. I'm still surprised I never got caught up in anything or like going over to anybody's house that had alcohol. And these would be people that would literally put their kids to bed and be partying all night long with strangers. I would never, the amount of houses we went to and stuff, they look so, hallmarky. These were people that you really didn't think would just invite you in to get drunk as hell. So weird. But yeah, that's how I was able to get it. I never had money. It was always a bunch of other people. And obviously they like you coming over and drinking. They must like your drunk personality enough to entertain you. They're buying you liquor for it. So I'm always the person, especially when I'm drunk, that for some reason I'm the person that everybody's drawn to for stories and stuff. And when I'm in it, I once I'm in the middle of it and I see everybody's looking at me and I'm telling the story, I'm like, in my head I'm like, why don't you ever just shut the fuck up? just why don't you ever just shut the fuck up and quit telling your damn stories? And but it's too late by then. and, and I feel like crawling in the corner because everybody's eyes is on me and stuff. But yeah, so I'm like, why don't you ever just shut the hell up? I don't know why people act like my stories are so outrageous. I feel like I led a very boring life, but for some reason, I mean, I had a few things here and there, but for some reason, people like to listen, which I guess is good in a way. But yeah, when all eyes are on me, I'm like, no, you don't know how to shut your mouth. You should have learned. I'm surprised Sweden didn't make it in tonight. She's probably knocked out. I was starting to come on at 1. Now for some reason, I fall asleep out of nowhere around like 11 p.m. 10 or between 10 and 11. I fall asleep out of nowhere. But like I said, why can't I sleep all through the night? I don't know what it feels like to sleep through the night. I think I've done it like one time, probably one or two times in the last like 10 years or something. I don't know what it feels like. So I just can't sleep past an hour or two when I do fall asleep. It drives me crazy when I wake up because I'm like, why don't you stay asleep? Well, I said this thing, whatever's been falling loudly. When the floor is carpeted, how does it fall so loudly? And like I said, I never could find it. I even took my camera and looked under my bed to see if something's rolling under the bed, and I don't see it. And there's nothing. There's nothing that would even fall. I look at how my things are set up. There's nothing that will even fall that's at the edge or anything that would even fall. And why would this start all of a sudden? I don't know. I wake up to pee every night. Yeah. That's usually the reason why I wake up, but not these times when I've been waking up at night. It's been something falling behind me and I never know what it is. Yesterday was my first night in a month up till midnight. And tonight's my first night awake. I've been going to bed early, so early it's annoying, yeah, but it's good you're going to sleep. You're and getting rest. But I'm glad when I do go to sleep, whenever it is that I don't get I if I it's like probably I don't know what it is to sleep past like 4 or 5 hours. If I do sleep past that, that's a very rare occasion. But it's so at least if I do a 4 or 5 between those times, I'm not waking up to go pee. But I do wake up because I have to pee. So I guess I would wake up technically if it was an hour, 8 hours sleep to pee. But I don't even get to sleep for 8 hours. And I guess the older you get, the worse that probably gets, where you have to go to the bathroom more. I stop drinking flavored water at 7 p.m. so when I pee right before bed, I make it till morning. So you stop drinking anything? Shoot, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would turn into my mouth gets so dry all the time from my medicine. There's no way my tongue would be pasted to the to the roof of my mouth if I tried that. Waking up in the middle of the night hurts my body and run into. Yeah, that's how I am too. I can't steady myself or anything. Do people and you have to literally prepare yourself for the fucking hurt. I hate that. I always have to talk myself into it. Like you could get up, you could do it, it's not gonna be as painful as you think. And then when I stand up, it's way more painful than I thought. It's horrible. But then I'm unsteady, like really unsteady. And I don't have my walker until I get outside my room, so it sucks. 7 p.m. until bedtime is a long way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have, my mouth would be so dehydrated. I could see if maybe the pattern of sleep was like 9 p.m. Maybe, but anytime I plan for sleep, it just doesn't happen. See, yeah, that's not far behind. If you 7 p.m. is far from 9 p.m. Yeah, that would be different. But my sleep's never, time is never guaranteed. You should have a cane in your room. There's not a cane for me that is tall enough for me to walk and be comfortable. So I can only use a cane where I have a cane in the bathroom. I have to use a cane to get off the toilet and then the cane to help getting down the stairs because I'm bending. But there's not a cane with this height. I know it has to probably be specially made for my height. And it probably has to be of some type of wood or whatever. because the metal ones are heavy as fuck, and that's gonna do more damage me using the cane, having to like lift it up and down. So it probably has to be made out of some strong ass wood and expensive as hell. I thought about all that, and literally I have to find somebody that makes it and stuff. That's what I do. I have a cane next to my bed and then my walker in the hallway. Yeah, I just like I said, I would have to have because I have the cane that has supposed to be the tallest. It's still not tall enough for me. So like I said, I have to use it for when I'm in the bathroom and stuff. That's I would have to get a custom one made. You know that's gonna be expensive as hell. Cause yeah, I have to be able to like sort of stand up mostly straight to use it, and the ones that I have make me bend over. Well, I only have one, and it's heavy because it has to support my weight too. Even though I think a normal weighted one would be fine, but they make them so fucked up. So yeah, definitely finding somebody to specially make it, have a certain type of wood that's not gonna break down easy and all that stuff that supports my weight. Even though it's not gonna be a lot of weight on it, it still has to support a certain type of weight. That's gonna cost some money. So it's like when I get up in here I have to use like a little shelf. Then there's like totes. I grab my totes, I grab the lamp that's over there not plugged in. Like I use a lot of things to help me get out of here. No, if you got a bend, yep, that's worse on your back. Yeah, I can't do it. My back's too bad. Um, Even though, like I said, my back's hurting more than usual, my back's always fucked up anyway. So, um, definitely bending makes it worse. That's why I went a long time not even using a walker, because I thought they didn't have tall walkers. It took the last time me being hospitalized for them to say, "Oh, here, there's a walker for tall people." I'm like, why wasn't that addressed any other time? No, if you gotta, oh, no Amish around. They do really nice woodwork. Oh, there's places that I probably could find it online, but um, because nobody's going to where the Amish are around here. I always see Amish people well, I always used to see Amish people when I used to take the bus, so they're obviously close. But like I said, nobody's because we're close to like Pennsylvania and stuff. I think that's where they're coming from. I did the suction cup ball handles. Oh my god! Oh, I wouldn't even. I would not do that. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, I went down. It was funny. Then I cried. I would never. I know you're way smaller than me, so you could trust that. Well, you tried to trust that, but I would never. I would never. That's why I said I can't wait until if it ever happens that we move into a house that's ours, so I could get the ones bolted to the walls. Because that's the first thing when this started happening to me. That's the first thing a physical therapist said, that you need the bars along the sides of your walls in the bathroom and stuff, just the whole way that you're walking, so that you could hold on to them while you're walking. Because I don't have my equilibrium is shot. Like I'm not steady. Before I didn't have when this happened, I had to always hold my daughter's shoulder before I had a walker and stuff. So yeah, I could take a few steps, like probably at the most 4 steps before I have to grab something. And those 4 steps are risky. They're not like, oh, I don't feel like I'm going to fall. They're like, oh, I have to go this distance. You know, like if I try to walk to the trash can in the kitchen or something like that. It's really fucked up to have to be aware of your every fucking step so that you won't hit the ground. You know, I always think about that while I'm doing it. Like, this shouldn't be life. You know, Rainbow They work is amazing and lasting, but so expensive. Yeah. Um, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's somebody where I know they don't. They're getting a little bit more updated where their stuff could be. I'm sure there's somebody doing it online, you know. I have the metal bars in my shower and the chair. And I've yet to meet a shower chair that doesn't try to kill me because uh they're too low. I need a shower chair that's higher up and I don't think they make them. So I have a shower chair that's too low so by the time and there's no bars. There's in the bathroom there's just a little plastic bar that's too low that will break if I try to use it. And I think my shower chair, let me see. I think it has like one handle on the side that I don't need it on. Because it's just horrible. I just hate the shower is like really I feel like gonna be my end because I have to like always been dizzy in the shower before all this happened. But now it's just everything against me once I hop in there. But I have to use the shower chair when I'm washing my hair. There's no way I could stand up and wash my hair anymore, and that's when I use the shower chair. And it's hell getting out of there because it's so low. That's why I said one of the things, if I had money, I would do a lot for the homeless and stuff like that. I would do a lot for, as far as upkeep for nails and hair and stuff for people that have illnesses that can't do it, like cut their nails and stuff. And I would also make things for tall people because they do not exist in a lot of ways. You know, like as far as medical equipment, even clothes, shoot. Focus on the things where, you know, they don't even think about the population that have to struggle so hardcore because everything's meant for short people. So much we don't have still. And I don't know if we ever will because, like, it's only, what, 15% of the population that is over 6 feet or 6 foot. Like, nobody cares about us. Nobody's gonna make it for us, you know. That would be amazing. I know, but am I ever gonna make it rich? I don't think so. Not in this lifetime. Yeah, if I did, I would really build a whole house with stuff that would adapt to my height. And then all the short people would be like, "What? Why is this so tall?" Just like I've been saying, why is this sink so fucking low? Why are the sinks so low? Gosh. Why are the cabinets so low and all that? You know how there's a few high cabinets in houses and everybody gets mad like, what goes in this cabinet? It's like, well, that could be my cabinet because I can reach it. That's how one of the cabinets here are here. They're too high. So I'm like, well, I can reach it. I'll put my stuff in here. I wish they made clothes for people like me, round bellies, and no boobs at all. Everything looks weird on me. Now, So I only wear hoodies now, or 3 shirt times too big. I'm trying to figure out why, because you said boobs. So you can't say boobs on YouTube. Boobs, really? I've never really been able to fit clothes because of being tall, one, and then having huge boobs, and um hardly find anything that fits. And now that I'm older and bigger, like my body's bigger and stuff, so I'm tall and big and have all that. I only, like I said, what I wear are the house dresses. I'm gonna be screwed if I have to go outside because I cannot find any of my pants. And it's not like I could say, let me go online and look for them. No, those were pants that I got years ago. That, yeah, you said you were a triple D before, yeah. I don't even know what I am. I'm some type of GH something. I don't know. I've never been measured, um but being tall and having them, you never find a shirt that is long enough at all. So now, like I said, if I go outside, I have to go outside in the cold. I can't find any of my pants. So what am I gonna? It's not like I can go online and find pants. There's no fucking way. The ones that I've had, I'm surprised they were like long enough and stuff. But I don't know what I'm gonna do because I know I have to try to eventually push for my dang license before it gets too late. That's what I'm saying. That's all I wear. They're called house dresses. Like I said, they're a little more fancier than the moo but for most people, they would probably fall in the moo category. I love them and have everyone ever made. That's how I am with these, and I can't get mine. I get mine from Walmart online or whatever, but they always sell out so quick, like the size I get, and so I could only find them like once or twice a year. And when I find them, I buy like 6 of them. But I haven't been able to find them lately. It's like it's about time to buy it. But those are the only kinds I wear. They're just different designs, or most of them are black. So people always think I'm wearing the same thing. It's like, no, I have like 10 black ones. Some of which you can get away with wearing outside. Yeah, I don't. I wear mine outside. It's just a point of I still need pants under them for winter. I don't care about wearing them outside. I don't. I'm in too much pain. Like I'm gonna have to wear something comfortable. Anything tight on me now, and I'm not even talking about like tight. I'm just talking about like fits me, makes my skin break out now anyway. So, uh, they just came out in a Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's probably none of the one. It's not any of the ones I wear. Mine have to be sleeveless. Like nothing could hug me anymore. Since I've worn these, I bought a dress not too long ago with a little tiny. It only had the top sleeve part, and I was tripping. So I think since I like I always wear the free flowing ones. They're not close to my skin at all. And I've had it for years. Now anything close to my skin, I feel like I'm being smothered. I can't wear rings anymore, none of that stuff. It's so weird. Like a ring that fits and I freak out. So my body has adapted to being extra comfortable, I guess, because any slight thing makes me freak out. And then if anything rubs against my skin in certain places where my burns are, if it's too close to that, I'll get a rash. And the rash cream that works for burned skin, oh my gosh, it does stuff to your organs and stuff as side effects. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that rash cream. It's something silver. And I was first of all, I was happy when I first got it because I'm like, oh, something. And I finally mentioned my rash, I mean, not my rash, my burn to a doctor, and they're like, well, you have to clear it up with this stuff. I'm like, you read the side effects of that shit, it's like, oh, I'll deal with the rash. I'll use the over the counter stuff that works slowly instead of that stuff. So, can't wear. As soon as I get back, when I get back home from wherever I am, I rip off those clothes because it's too much to risk a rash and everything. Yeah, no, that would be scary. Yeah. So I have to wear what I have to wear, which are these dresses. And people that don't like it can kiss my ass. I don't care. I have no choice. And they're somewhat see-through too if you're in the right light, which I learned a little bit too late. So when there is like, um, if I do get company here and there for a few hours, I'll wear two of the dresses because they're still loose. So I'll wear two of them. And then when I sit down, I put a cover over me anyway. And everybody knows I don't like anybody looking at me when I walk because I have anxiety and I'll probably fall on my face. So people don't look at, like I have a lot of rules, okay? Like you want to visit me, you don't look at me when I'm walking to sit down. Like if you want me to be comfortable, this is what I have to do to live. So if you want to visit me, there are these certain rules. So if you have a problem with it, I guess you can't visit me. But going out, I would definitely have to put on, of course, a bra and pants that I can't. I don't even bother with underwear anymore. But pants in the summertime it's short, so I have a bunch of those. I just don't know where my pants went. I just don't understand. All I have is these polka dotted ones, and I'm like, oh great. I don't even know how I bought those polka dotted ones, but they are like foil. They're like silver colored polka dots. They're small polka dots, but they're polka dots. What the hell? How did they even come about? Those are the only ones I could find, so I have to go out looking like a clown if I go out there in the winter. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My complaint about clothes. Can't find any of that. That coffee must have knocked Rainbow out. Where'd she go? It did the opposite effect. I hate pants. I love the Walmart super soft. Yeah, that's what I get. The Walmart stretchy biker shorts. They got expensive in price though. When I looked at them the last time, I was like, "You're tripping." But that's what I wear. The Walmart. I used to buy them for Torrid and I think Avenue or something. But I'm like, you get the same damn ones from Walmart. I'll stop paying the price. I don't even look at Torrid anymore. How expensive their stuff is, I don't even look at their site anymore. And then they closed my credit card. I was like, good, because I wasn't using it anyway. That expensive as shit. So Walmart it is for me for all things. And that's what I don't know where I found my pants from. If I would, if I would know, I would probably go looking for some, but I don't know where I got them from. Yes, two for 20 if they're yeah, yeah. They're tripping on the price. I still have enough shorts to last me. Um, those are things that I are around, but I'm not going out in winter. Uh, with some dang shorts on, even though people around here, when it gets 30 to 40 degrees in winter, they're like, oh, it's a summer day. And they go out. But yeah, no. Well, I hope this live wasn't as, they can't be as boring as I think they are. Some we don't have, we're just talking about everyday things. They can't be exciting every life. That's also what I have to realize is I can't always, it can't always be like a show or something. My pants and jammies always in black, so you can't tell. I hate real pants. Yeah, I gave up on. I'm here dealing with these pests. I mean, oh, the pets. I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting every time. Sometimes when you go silent, you're letting the dogs out. But yeah, I stopped wearing jeans a long, long time ago. Mine are always the Target supposedly dropped their prices, dude. Target, no. Before Target did a long time ago because I remember Target used to be more expensive than Walmart, but now Target basically is they up their prices to match everybody else's now. Now they're not cheaper because they got to the point where they were a little bit cheaper than other places, like anywhere from 50 cents to a dollar. Now, when did they change that? Because now that I see when I compare the Instacart prices, the Walmart price, and the Target price, they're pretty much all the same now, which means Targets went up because they used to be a little cheaper. Now, wherever I shop, it's all the same damn thing. Walmart's still a little tiny bit cheaper. But there was a time for a couple of years that Target got cheaper than Walmart because I was shopping at Target. But no, now it's expensive now again. Target is still expensive near me. And I love it never went down in price. Like for a couple of years they were cheaper than Walmart. I couldn't believe it. But now they're like, nope, you guys aren't getting no special shit. Everything's priced the same. And now they're taking longer. That's where I get my alcohol that I use in spray bottles. And I'm so mad because usually they take 2 to 3 days. I ordered and it's like taking a week, so I'm running out of. I only have a few sprays of alcohol left, and I'm fiending for some damn isopropyl alcohol. 'Cause I'm like, I don't have it to spray my things with. So they're talking about it will get here Wednesday, and I ordered it a couple of days ago. Walmart got my heart in the jammy section. Oh yeah, I've never tried anything from Target as far as clothes. I don't think they carry my size stuff anyway. They need to get on it. I don't like that Target doesn't have my. That's see, we're saying the same thing. Yeah, which is like I said, surprising. And then if they did it, it'd probably be way, way more. I definitely don't like the whole Target and Walmart um selling stuff like you would buy off, like the same way you would buy from Amazon or eBay, where from Amazon and eBay things are from China. The last clothes things that I bought off of Walmart have been from China, and they've been a lot smaller than the normal my normal size, and I'm like, so I'm wasting my money. That kind of sucks how some of them are acting like they're sold from Walmart stores. And if I would have known it was from straight from China, first of all, it's just not the same, and it's smaller size. It's always like um 3 or 4 size smaller than they're supposed to be. And I ordered what are they called? Uh sports bra that was supposed to be in I think 5X, and my daughter isn't even she's what, probably, well, now that she has like bigger things that she had a baby and stuff, she would probably be a large. She said I gave it to her because it was that small, and she said it just kept on becoming loose, so it was just cheap ass quality. And then I gave it because I bought like 3 of them together, And then for my sister, they're different sizes, and it like nobody could fit that shit. So I don't know why they even try. Oh yeah, when they ship it, it doesn't come from Walmart warehouse. It says on the packages, yeah. So say that when you're buying it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. That was shocking to me. I'm like, oh great. So now I don't even know where I'm buying from and shit. And the last couple of times they were not my size. So it was just, you know how have fucking anxiety returning stuff. So I basically just waste my money. I should go and review it at least sometimes where, especially if the sizes are way too small. Because people are wasting a lot of money if they don't return their stuff, like me. So now I'm scared to buy sports bras or anything. Even there was biker shorts that I knew were coming from. I didn't know it was from China, but I just knew once they sent me out the shipping thing, and those always never make it here. They're always like, there's trouble with your deliver your not that they had trouble delivering it to my house, that there was trouble along the way, and that happened a few times, and I'm like, so they canceled the order, and I'm like, good, because I didn't want it to come from there anyway. I knew it wasn't going to be what I was used to. So that's happened a couple of times too. Walmart's really, really slacking though. Almost every time I order something, there's always two or three things missing. And then this time there was three things missing and they only gave me money back for one. So I think they think I'm lying, like, oh, I'm gonna try to come up with a, but no, they're literally sending me shit, and there's two or three things always missing now. It's almost every order I have a problem with. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now I gotta write them like, give me my money. I've gotten packets like that from China. Yeah. So lately it's been rough trying to find something that fits. I'm trying to find sports bras that just zip up in the front, because I definitely can't do the um button clip in the back ones because of my arthritis. I haven't tried to do that in years. And now even like the over my head one, it's a little too painful, because you gotta think about it. I have giant boobs, and if I'm fighting to get into a sports bra, it's gonna fuck up like my joints. So I've been trying to find zip up ones, which I have two of them. I don't know where one of I had two. The other one walked off somewhere. I have one, but I was trying to find other ones like that, and those were the ones that didn't make it. Yeah, their shipping sucks, but there's a person. No problem. Makes no sense. Yeah, I don't know. And I even to try to get my money back that they didn't refund. I'm like, oh, let it go. Fuck that. I gotta remember to do it tomorrow. Be like, give me my damn money back. What happens to the customer's always right. And I know there's people that scam them for that, but they have to know there has to be something set in place where, or they're just giving other people your packages. Because I know for during Christmas, I only ordered like snacks or something from Walmart, and then I'm reaching in the package without looking, and I feel something furry, and there's a Miss Rachel talking doll thing, and I was so freaked out. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I know that thing was expensive. So somebody didn't get their Miss Rachel talking doll, um, and freaked me out while I was reaching for some snacks. I felt something, but we gave it to somebody. I don't know, somebody that has a a girl child that likes it. They would show me a clip. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't push play on that. That thing creeped me out. Who wants a talking Rachel fuzzy stuffed animal thing? But the baby loved it. Did you guys see that clip going around where it shows? I never watched Rachel. I just hear of some things. But did you see the clip where it's showing where they all look high as hell? They have to be high as hell. There's no way their eyes are gonna be like that and they didn't smoke something. Or do an edible. Walmart has nice zip up sports bra and front clasp ones all in. Yeah, I've gotten two of Walmart's zip up ones. Yeah, the zip up sports bras. But I was trying to get some more, and that's where the problem came in. Miss Rachel needs to go away, but there's kids keep, but they keep kids super happy. Yeah, I've never tried to watch her. I don't know if I think my daughter, like I said, my grandbaby can only have 30 minutes, I think, of screen time a day. So I think she does let him listen a little bit, but when he's with me, his 30 minutes is on what's it called? There's another one. Um Something's Corner. That one I turn it on. Oh, Gracie's Corner. So that's the what's it called one, the not opposite of Miss Rachel one. They do rapping and everything on there. It's Gracie's Corner. But I don't like any of them, but as long as he is quiet for 30 minutes, if he's fussy, he could watch the embarrassing Gracie's Corner. All type of kids shows embarrass. And it freaks me out how the kids are what's it called? They're just hypnotized or something. It didn't used to be like that. You guys, we were I know when we watched stuff growing up, we liked watching it, we enjoyed watching it, but it wasn't no damn hypnotizing, watching the screen type stuff. Rainbow, no Coco Melon. I don't even know. I don't think I've heard of Coco Melon. But yeah, if I'm watching them, all we do is we'll listen to, like, there's always like a Snoopy jazz music. Damn it. Jesse and Global should make a show where they're anime characters. They're awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no, things were definitely different in our day. So I'm glad she doesn't let him watch a lot. I think 30 minutes is she should have a little bit more than that. But no thank you to the Rachel. And like I said, Gracie Corner is cringe to me too, but it's a little less embarrassing for me to watch than the other ones. I never watched Cocomelon. Love Peppa. I heard of Peppa too. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if she got him into any more. All I know is when he's in my room, it's Gracie's Corner for the little. You think 30 minutes is a good time frame for all day? I think it should be more than 30. Like 30 minutes. I don't know. All day seems to be a little bit. Jesse, on your YouTube screen that says be right back. Oh, yeah. Rainbow Gun, Peppa Pig, and Law Patrol's Rocks. I I love the kid shows. I cannot with the kid shows. That's why I'm like, I know I'm probably gonna be no, I'll probably let him watch whatever show let him watch when he gets older. But I'm gonna be, even when my daughter was growing up, I would be cringing the whole time. I just couldn't do it. And then all the Disney shows when she was like in her teens and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh. Not like, I'm talking about like early teens and whatever. I couldn't stand even hearing those shows. No, nowadays that's not exactly. She's very strict to her stuff. Like he can't sit in the car seat, which I know that's important now, but he can't sit in the car seat past a certain amount of time. Like when she hears something or reads something online, she sticks to it. Jesse, did you watch? Welcome. Jesse's not gonna watch Welcome to Derry because she don't like watching scary stuff. I wish she was, but don't. Okay, so what would you rate the? Are you gonna watch it, Jesse? What would you rate the series since you're done with it? I think I would rate it like a B minus, like a 3.5 if you want to do the numbers 1 through 5. I wouldn't say it's scary. I would say it's more disturbing than scary. Oh, you haven't seen the anime that's on your channel, Jesse? Yeah, that's about, so that's a good thing for things these days that usually suck. Derry was pretty good. I don't think you would get. Do you like the It movies? It has him less in it than like the movies. There's more times without them showing it. Him. But yeah, it's way more like a mental thing. People know I haven't seen it. I'll go, oh, you haven't seen the. Oh my goodness. Edit my videos and give them to John to finish. Oh, okay. I don't mess with it. That's Nightmare Field. I don't know. I have to be. Like I said, I don't think it scared me any. It was just more of a mind thing. Well, I better hop off here. I don't even have any tuna fish or anything because the stupid shipping took way longer than I thought. So I ran out of my snack for around this time to take my medicine. Great. But I'm gonna hop off here. Thank you. I think it was on. Oh no, Diane joined too. I don't know if she's still listening. But thank you guys for you two for keeping it going tonight. And yeah, hopefully my voice gets back to normal sometime soon where I don't feel like I sound horrible. Like it really sounds like I have mucus and stuff, and there's nothing there. So I hope nobody gets disgusted like I'm trying to cough up loogies and stuff. There's no loogies. There's nothing. It's all dry. Dry, dry. I never looked. I was playing with the kids now. I have to look. Yeah. So I'll see you guys the next time I hop on. Like I said, I hope you guys have a good night and thank you for staying here and chatting with me. And the people that watch the replay, please hit that like button. We're only at 5 or 6 right now. So hopefully we get a few more. I gotta think of something to chat about next time, though, like something longer we could talk about. But okay, you guys, have a good night. Jesse Lynn's thing was all it said was sweet dreams. It was nice making. Oh, I think they probably thought it was making love because you. Oh, they probably like making love finally when you were saying making alive. Oh, that's funny as heck. They held it for review. All right, you guys. Good night.